Hi folks, it's Die North here. Shut my truck off so you can hear. So, all I'm doing today is, I had a few errands to run and I got a day off today, so I'm out just tooling around, checking things out today. And I stopped here by the lake and kind of watching the ice fishermen out there. Kind of wish I was out there fishing. We've got a lot of fishermen out there today. Just looking at what's out there, I'm thinking we probably got close to probably 50, at least 50 fishermen. What do we got there? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We've got, oh yeah, there's at least, there's over 50 fishermen, because there's over 50 fishing shacks out there. And they're driving on the ice. I talked to a fisherman earlier today, and he said that they've got at least 18 inches of ice. Some spots they've got 2 feet of ice, so it's pretty safe for driving on. I'm not going to go out there with the truck. I've always been one that has felt that, yeah, you drive your vehicle out there, you're just asking for it. But nope, I won't be fishing today. It's nice today. It's about 30 degrees. Very light wind. Very nice out. So I figured, well, seeing all these fishermen, I thought I'd do a quick little sty story. This goes back to when I was a kid. Me and a buddy decided we wanted to go ice fishing. And so we skipped school. I think we were about 10, 12 years old. We skipped school one day and decided we're going to go out there ice fishing. And we're walking out on the lake, and the best thing to do is find a cluster of fish houses, because that's usually the hot spots. Figure we'll go fish near a bunch of houses. Well, we saw a little group of fish houses. There was maybe 6 or 8 of them together. And when we got out there, we realized there used to be quite a few fish houses, but most of them had been moved. Why they moved them, we didn't know. So we're going to drill our hole in the ice, and my buddy goes over and he's checking out one of these fish houses. And the door's unlocked. And we looked around, there's nobody there. So we thought, well, let's use it. It's not ours, but let's use it. So we went in that fish house, and the holes were froze over, so we punched the holes open again, and we're fishing inside somebody else's fish house, not thinking about it at all. And then all of a sudden we hear a vehicle, and we can tell it's driving close to the fish house because the water is coming up through the holes. And we're sitting there, we're thinking, well, just be quiet, don't come out of the fish house, because whoever it is, if they see us coming out of that fish house, they'll know it's not our fish house. So we just sit here, keep fishing, be quiet, don't go outside till we hear that truck leave. Well, then all of a sudden we hear this noise just outside the fish house. And also we hear this, somebody's at the door, and we thought, oh no, somebody's here. And also we hear a click. Well, I went right for the door, couldn't get the door open. Here on the outside, somebody had closed the hasp and put a padlock on it with us inside. And just about then, I heard the truck start. The next thing I know, our whole world's upside down. We're moving. We ended up taking a 30-minute ride inside that fish house, way to the other end of the lake. The owner came, never looked inside, just put a lock on the door, hooked up his tow straps, and took off with the fish house with us in it. So we took a 30-minute ride across the lake, bouncing and bumping and banging all around. Our fish lines broke off, of course, and we're in a panic, you know. It's bad enough we're taking this ride, but when this guy finds us in his fish house, he's going to probably beat us up. Well, fortunately, the guy was a nice guy, and he just used it to teach us a lesson. Because when he stopped, picked his spot and stopped, when he got out of his truck and took the strap off of the back, he heard us in there pounding on the door. He unlocked the fish house, opened the door, let us out, asked us what the heck we were doing in his fish house. Then he realized, you guys just rode all the way across the lake in this thing. We said, yeah, it was quite the ride. And he said, well, I don't know what to tell you, but you should not be using somebody else's property without permission. And we said, yeah, we were wrong. You know, we admitted we were wrong. And he said, well, to teach you a lesson, he said, look way across the lake there. There's town where you came from. Start walking. We walked almost halfway back to town. And but by that time, we were pretty froze. We were pretty cold. And we're thinking, boy, this is the worst day of fishing we ever had. All of a sudden, here comes that guy's pickup truck, and he pulls up and he says, get in the cab, boys, where it's warm. We crawled in the cab, and he said, you know, you're supposed to be in school. And we said, yeah, we did a lot of things today that we weren't supposed to do. And he goes, did you learn a lesson? And we said, oh, yeah, yeah, we certainly did. And so the man was nice enough to give us a ride. But then he got even. He asked me, where do you live? And I told him, and he took me right to my house. And at the time, my dad was the chief of police. So that didn't go over too well. Didn't go over too well at all. I didn't get to go ice fishing for about a month. I only got about 3 weeks ice fishing after that incident, because it was almost spring before my dad let me go anywhere after that. So there you go. If you're out there and you find an ice fishing shack and nobody's in it, it's still not yours. Don't use it, because that person might just come along and hook up to it and take off. And if you're on a really big lake like Lake Superior here, he could be hauling you 5-6 miles away from where you started. So I'd strongly recommend, if you don't have a fish house, don't use somebody else's without their permission. So there you go. A sty story for you today. It's been about a week, a little over a week since I put a video up, and I figured I better get one put up. So there you go. This is Sty North saying, you all have a nice day. Bye-bye. I'll give you a little look at the lake maybe here. This is Chequamegon Bay in Ashland, Wisconsin. The ice itself goes for about 8 miles in the direction I'm looking right now. Goes about 8 miles, goes up almost to Bayfield, at least to Washburn. So it's quite a distance across the bay that's froze solid. But then the ice is out up at Bayfield, and the ferries are still running up there out to Madeline Island. But this is what I'm looking at today. It's a beautiful day. For a winter day, can't beat it. So again, this is Sty North saying, you all have a nice day. Bye-bye.